Hi all, right, welcome back. Enemy Action Kharkov, Soviet Soul, Take 2, Part 77. Um, yeah, a new day here, but still the same old nasty looking situation going on still. Eric von Manstein's still around. Now, one horrible thing that I realised when I was watching some footage back, one really horrible thing, and I'm sure some of you probably went, oh, that's going to hurt, is I now only have 20 victory points. And you might say, well, you're okay, Grant, you're not losing the game. However, it's when turn 8 kicks in, and all that build up to, what was it, turn 4, when I thought you needed 21 victory points there, or was it turn 4 or 5, can't remember when it kicks in, to get the Western Soviet support line as your support, and everything east of that. And then realising that it wasn't until turn 8 that you had to check your victory points to get that. Well, we're right at the end of turn 7, we have no cards left in our hand. There's no way the Germans are going to just suddenly give us a victory point. That doesn't happen. And we're on 20 victory points. So our next turn, our support line is going to be the artillery barrage line that we used very early in the game. So pretty much the majority of our stuff is going to be out of Soviet support. And I'm pretty sure that's right. I haven't looked up the rules. I just clicked with me. I thought, oh, turn 8, sure, and I'm sure it's 21. And we just lost on our victory point, didn't we? I mean, we started this turn on 23. Was it 23? Or was it 22 maybe? We've certainly lost, well, we lost, no, it wasn't this point. We lost this point here. And yeah, we've just lost that point up there. So that was 2. And also, I'm not sure if it kicks in before the check or not. That would need to be, I would need to see where that fits in the check, because that's in the supply phase. I'm not sure where the support check comes in, if it's before or after checking this unit, because this unit's now is going to be out of supply too, so we would lose that victory point as well. So if things weren't bad enough, it's going to be a rough turn ahead. It really is, and that lasts for the whole turn, I believe. We're going to be out of support for that whole turn. Now, yes, we can still put down Soviet support markers, but you can see where most of our, if we are stretching from 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to there, maybe putting one down there, it's not stretching up to there, it's probably not stretching up to there. So, I mean, yes, it might be better considering one down here now. Yeah, it probably will be, because at least if I put a support marker in here, it should pick up everything in this area. Yeah. Right, well, yeah, I just need to get on with that, I suppose. Like I say, I think we're in for the long haul now, and that is only if the Germans allow it. Well, I say allow it, I mean, there is chances we could. What do we need by the end of turn? I mean, it's less than 17 this turn. Less than 16 would be next turn's defeat victory points for us. So it gets slightly better, I suppose, as the turns go on. But I mean, right now sitting at 20 points, you need to go to turn 12 to get a victory right now, and we're only at turn 7. Hence the reason I said, what was it, 131? Part 131. Here's the final part. Well, that sounds like a bit of an exaggeration, but I've said it now, so we'll see where it goes from that. Yeah, because I can't really see myself lose. Well, I'm saying that. Look at how the Germans, once they get going, and we know we've had a rough combination of cards. Yes. However, just shows you what they can do, really. I mean, I thought that last attack where we had, what was it, 5 steps, yeah, this one here. We had 5 steps and, sorry, we had 4 steps and 5 strength. And I thought, well, that's a tough, I mean, it just blew us away quickly. I mean, we didn't even get halfway through the chits, I don't think. I think we drew 5 or 6 chits out of the 9. And I was gone. The 2 units were dead. We didn't need to draw anymore, and they took no hits at all. I mean, again, probably a bit unlucky with some of the chip pools, but, well, that's how it goes. Okay, well, and something to fix. Hang on, I made a comment about the previous part as well. What was that? Oh yeah, I can't remember where the combat was, but I forgot to add a combat chit. We drew an engineers. Now, my guess is it might have been this combat up here. It was an engineer's card that I drew, and it was going to apply, but I forgot to add the chit, and it would have made it into 8 chit pools rather than 7. However, they only drew 6 chit pools, I think, and that was the combat over. So it wouldn't have mattered, but I did forget it. I put it in the header of the video. Can't remember if it was 75 or 74, maybe. There was something else added to the header as well, but I think it was just a comment, maybe something I said wrong. Oh yeah, I talk about these units being in unsupplied up here. That was it. And what I meant to say was unsupported. Yeah, which we're going to have a lot more of shortly. Right, and then I noticed a mistake from last time, which is kind of comical, really. Maybe being all bold and telling you my tip of the day, and then not actually applying it myself. Yeah, this unit was in here, and this unit was in here. This unit I'd correctly advanced from, I think he was here. He advanced 1 hex, and then it was an auto advance into there. In fact, it was auto advance into there, surround, auto advance into there. We then checked unit 4, and he failed the dice roll into here. Yeah, because that would be an adjacent to forward arrow, which is a 1 to 7, I want to say. Well, I need to know this, because that's where I made the mistake. I'd like to think I made the mistake not regarding what I was trying to tell you about my tip of the day, but well, I certainly didn't do it right. So yeah, he failed. He rolled an 8, I think, and a 1 to 7 roll, which is adjacent to forward direction, which that was. Then unit, right, hang on, no, Grant, no, it must have been unit 2. Unit 2's first, Grant. So unit 2 must have rolled the 8. Yeah, I get the feeling 2 and 4 both failed, didn't they? I better check this, hang on. Yeah, so unit 2 rolls an 8, doesn't make it. Unit 4 actually rolls a 1, and he does make it, right? I'll put that guy back there just now. And this is where I make my mistake. And you've got to roll on the highest chance of success. And I guess I just automatically look at the forward direction and say, well, see if that unit wasn't there, he would auto advance into there. However, the unit, we've already got a unit that's advanced into there, so it's a 1 to 6 die roll. And this hex here, although it's got 2 units in it, as my tip of the day was trying to let you all know that these 2 units haven't advanced into that hex. So in actual fact, this is adjacent to the forward arrow, and would be, with no units already advanced into that hex, the dice roll would be a 1 to 7. So he's got a slightly better chance of reaching there. So he should have advanced there. He did roll a 4, so I'm going to put him in there now. And then just let me double check what unit 7 did then, just in case. And I don't think there's any issue with that. Yeah, no, I tell you what, he does advance into here. I'm not sure what he rolls, but he does advance. And then this is when it brings up my tip of the day about considering, well, I think I try to get him to go in here, don't I? Well, I've actually got 2 units in here, haven't I? Because I've got this guy wrong way in here. So he would have went in there and he rolled high. He rolled high, didn't he? So it would have been a 1 to 6 to enter here. Well, let me just double check what he rolled then. Yeah, so I'm checking him on a 1 to 7 roll into here when I eventually decide that I need a dice roll. So it would have been a 1 to 6 because this stack's full now. So this would have been his best chance. Because remember, he can't go from zone of control to zone of control, which that would have been a 1 to 7 roll if that was allowed. But it's not. So, and then he rolled an 8, so he stayed where he is. So that's it. Okay, right. Can we move on then? Because I've not got an awful lot of time at the moment. Right, so I know where we're at. That's what that 5 was. We're in action step 5. We've got this 1 unit left. I'm just going to take that away again, so should remember. This 1 unit left of our activation, of our camp group activation. Yeah, action step 5. Now, I remember, again, just look back on this, and I talked about how the fact that this unit was, well, I say it was in dangerous surround, then I realised that there's no other Soviet unit there, but he is in dangerous surround. I did look at that at the time when I was moving the units. It's out of the support line though, and that's a big one. And right now, for him to get anybody out of dangerous surround, most of the stuff is out of support. So don't code. Sorry, hang on. What we're trying to do? It's an action step now. Move to hex. It removes dangerous surround from German unit and the hex in Soviet support. So I would have to be moving to the east of that line to find anybody because we've no forward support marker now. Remember, or enables supply trace from German occupied hex. Well, I don't think there's any issues. These units are fine up here for supply. Oh, come down a little bit. I'll maybe zoom out a little bit. That's probably better. All these units down here are in supply. None of these, I don't believe, are in danger of surround. I think I maybe looked at this. I mean, this guy could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could get a unit in here. But this guy's always, he's going to have an out into that hex. There's nothing, we can't get anything into, we can't get a zone of control in that hex. So, oh, hang on. I'm not so sure this is going to be able to stop him though. This guy looks like he could be in danger. Yeah, this guy's in dangerous surround. And he's in Soviet support just. But I don't see that second SS unit being able to do much about that. He would have to possibly get into this hex or this hex, and he's not going to do that. Yeah, no, come on, guy, get away from it. Right, step 6, move proximate to empty Soviet VP hex if not already proximate. Well, we missed this one before, but there's not any now. They're away over here. I mean, for this guy to do that, he would have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, end up there, and he's nah. Stop it, Grant. Stop it. Right, 7. Move to hex that causes surround of Soviet unit. Well, here's the thing. He's already causing the surround of these units, isn't he? Yeah, maybe I should have looked at that before considering any kind of move, really. So yeah, because if he goes anywhere at all, even just here, then these guys are no longer surrounded. So he is causing surround, and yeah, he can't move to another hex. It's going to still keep the unit surrounded and surround another Soviet unit. No, I'm going to just move past that as well. And then 8, if not adjacent, move adjacent. Move closer, sorry. And then he's already adjacent. And then remove disperse markers. None of them were active though, were they? Yeah, no, they're not active though, Grant. I was thinking about the major offensive and how these units could join the attack, and I remember looking at them saying, well, they can't join the attack because they're dispersed. But remember, it's non-active units, so they were never active to be able to now consider removing dispersal from them if they were in the thing. Yeah, okay. Right, I think that is us done with that activation. So, but now, because we had the major offensive incident, if you like, if target eliminated, disperse, conduct another activation with the same command card after current activation. So, we're going to do it over again. Right, let me reset the units and we'll see. Well, I'll have a look around because we're now going to do the same again. Activate all German units within 2 hexes of the German unit with the most German mechanised units, and it's 2 hex radius. So I'll reset all the units, get them all sorted out, and I'll maybe put a couple of dice down where I think this might be happening this time. Okay, there's things tidied up. Right, I marked 3 hexes. This one's still down here with a 5. This is the best down in this area. Like I say, it is on an infantry unit, but the way it's worded in the rules tells me that that's fine. However, we can beat a 5, and yeah, it's up here again. So this guy up here was a 6. I was wondering again, I mean, I did say it before, these are dispersed units, but I don't think that would come into that fact, because, I mean, remember, it would allow them to undisperse at the end of the turn, so they can still be classed as part of the camp group, I think. I don't see any issue. However, we're not moving there, we're going back to exactly the same area. We've got a 7 in here, so I'll just take that 6 away. So this is going to be the winner. He picks up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 3 in here for 7. So that's where camp group's going, so pretty much the same as what we've been through. If I just put it there maybe just now. Yeah, so we've got 7 more mechanised units to go and do the thing. Right, well, let's just push on while we're there. So 5 to 7 actually stay if behind Soviet lines, no. Right, move to VP Hex. I think we looked at this one already, didn't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can't reach up there, but well, mind you, these guys would be proximate to here, wouldn't they? If he was to move up there, but he's breaking all sorts of restrictions. He's removing surround from this and whatever. Now this hex here could be considered. This unit could certainly go to there. If he did, though, there's not going to be a Soviet unit proximate to it because these are surrounded. They can't move. That's really it, considering that. So yeah, let's move on. Step 3: draw 2 action cards. Right. Well, I think we've had all our major offensives of the turn, hopefully. So here we go. So we've got strength, and we do have an attack card though. Forward attack and strength, and forward attack is going to be first. Okay, and it has Panzer Battalion on it. Oh goody. Right, it's your strength of active unit stat. Right, okay, it's only looking at them individually though. So, and it's 3 times proximate. I'll zoom in a little bit there. 3 times proximate Soviet unit stat. All active units proximate, qualifying target move, adjacent to target and attack. Prefer weakest again. And then it does have non-active proximate units, but this time it's in lead units core join the attack, so need to keep that one in mind. May end in dangerous surround, and like I say, they're going to bring along the Panzer Battalion if any combats, as well as the air power from the Field Marshal. Okay, so, and this is in an ascending order, so let's have a look. Right, so we've got a unit 1 here to start with to look at, but he's only got 3 strength. Remember, it is just active unit stat this time, so the more likelihood of anything is probably going to be this stat here. So for him to have a 3 times, we need something with situational strength of 1. Now we still have the von Manstein command value 5 card, so and these units, well, certainly to the west of this line, are getting a -1 for being unsupported. So no major offence at the time. So a lot of these units will be getting a -2. I mean, these get a -2, these get a -2, these get a -2. No, there's 2 units in there, isn't there? Yeah. So 6. He would get his +1 for the IP though as well, because there's no engineers on the card. So it's 6 -2. So that would be a 4. This is 8 -2 would be a 6. What I felt like the last time I should be doing it. I'll just because I'm checking a unit that's probably not going to do anything just now, but once I get to the units that do something, so that's a 6, that's a 4. These guys are 9, no pluses but 2, so they're a 7. I'll not bother getting dice out. So let's look further down then. So I mean, this guy's not going to do it, is he? They're all too strong. This would be a 5 +1 for the IP +2 for being adjacent to supplied unit. So that is 7, and they're in support, so 7, and then the -2. No, they're only getting a -1, aren't they? Yeah, because they're supported. So this is a 6, and this would be Kharkov's 8 +1, 9. Yeah, that'd be an 8, and we're going too far down for them to be able to. Well, maybe not. In actual fact, it is possible that. We'll just look at the bigger picture a bit. Oh, but obviously, this guy can't do anything with us, and neither can this. Who would be next in line? He's a 2, right? So they don't have enough strength, right? This stack here, like I say, is the one that can maybe do something. So this is 10 strength. So, but bearing in mind, we need 3 times as well. So 10, and like I've said, this is a 4. This would have needed to be a 3. So I'm actually going to take these dice away. We're not going to be able to have enough strength to go for any of them. These 2 are too high as well. Now I'm just wondering about this guy. Can the guys reach? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't think so. We're caught in the woods. There's no road that comes through that way. Let me pause a second. Yeah, they seem to be just 1 hex short. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I go 5, and then I'm 2 having to come in there, or if I'm there for 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 3 to move into there, into the woods. So yeah, just not quite. I mean, that situationally would have been a target for us for the 10 strength on the forward attack hard. So no, I don't think they've got anybody to go for. I mean, none of them. There's, like I say, there's no point looking at them individually. It needed to be the stack. So right, just gonna give me a second. Yeah, I just felt like I wanted to double check there and just pause and have a look, but there's nothing. I mean, it needs to be these guys that are proximate to it, and there isn't anything with a small enough strength to go for. Okay, so strengthen active unit and non-VP hex and proximate to VP hex occupied by at least 1 German step. At least 1 German step, but hold on, I mean, I guess maybe looking at this guy here, but he's got 2 and the VP hex is only 1, isn't it? But not more steps than the hex's VP value. So he's got more steps than the hex's VP value. Yeah, there's none of that. I mean, there's that guy up there that just took the time, but again, he's got two steps and it's a 1 DP hex. But I mean, whether anyone could have got up there, I don't think so anyway. So yeah, no, that's not happening either. So we're not doing any action cards this time. And bear in mind, it needed to have at least one German step in it. You know, that doesn't count. Okay, so just going to move through the rest of the steps then. Now, I wonder if however, I can see this stack is not adjacent to a Soviet unit, so I'm pretty sure it's going to do something. Because again, nobody ever sort of said anything regarding this. We are doing a repeat activation here through the major offensive card. My assumption would be that if I run right through this activation and I'm not able to do anything at all, I mean, I don't think I would then have to draw another card. I don't see that, but by all means tell me. I mean, that would be even more horrific, I think. However, these guys aren't done. Okay, so moving on, checking step 5, move to hex or moves dangerous round from German unit in hex and Soviet support. Well, actually, possibly this time, because did we not say this unit was in dangerous round? I'm going to move that camp group marker to across there. This guy is in dangerous round. These units can go 1, 2, 3, and yeah, these guys can just go 1 into there. So he is in dangerous round, and he's in Soviet support. Now I think he's only one. Well, these guys are not in dangerous round anyway. So we would do this in descending order. So we've got a 7 there, a 7 there. However, there's a 10 in here, so I'm going to bring him up to the top. Because, well, I guess my thinking is I could just plop him into here, I think, and that would remove the surround from this guy. So move to hex, remove dangerous round from German unit hex support, or enable supply trace. Well, we've already looked at supply. Supply is not an issue. Yeah, I just had a crazy thing there. I was forgetting we've actually got a gap through here now. These units can move right through there. I mean, although that's broken, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just they can move into further afield than that. But again, jumping back to the action cards, there's nothing they could reach to. Even if they were to get away across to here, I don't think these. I think these are too strong as well, to be honest. Okay. So he could reach probably 2 or 3 different hexes. Right, let me pause and spot where he could go. Hopefully that would remove dangerous sound from that unit. I was just looking at my first thought of this unit moving into here and declare dangerous sound. Then I thought he would have an out hex here. Well, I think he does still. So I thought he's having an out hex here, and then I thought, well, can this guy not go out and in here? But we can't. We've not got enough movement. This is all forest, wood stuff here. So it would actually be 4 movement for him to break zone of control into here, and then there would be another 3 to come back into here. So the best he could do is get across here, which doesn't get a zone of control on this hex. So I think that is a valid option. Now I've just realised I'm kind of running out of time here. I've not really got much time left, so I'm going to have to. I mean, I'll just put things on pause here though, but I'll try and. What are we at? Well, we're at 30 minutes. I'd be as well copying the video across. Oh, I've got myself a new phone. I got it yesterday, and I've still not put it together because I'm not sure what to do. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I've actually thought about just using it as a camera and just using the phone that I'm recording this on just now as my phone and not changing SIM cards over. And some folk might think that's a bit daft, but I was out of contract and I was the new contract that I've got is cheaper than what I was getting. Not by an awful lot, but so, and I get a new phone, so I might do that first. Stepdaughter's also getting a new phone, and she's got an iPhone 11, an old one that I might get a shot. That's what I've got. Is I've got an iPhone 11. This is just an iPhone 8 that I'm using. It's okay. It's just space-wise, I have issues with it. I think that's what annoys me the most. And I'd like to think that the upgrade to iPhone 11, the camera will be better, maybe the sound will come through better and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm going to try it out like that, but I've just not really... Yeah, I mean, I just took it out of the box, really. I'll need to install the app that I use, the Filmic Pro app that I use to record and all that stuff. Anyway. Yeah, once I get around to that, but it's going to take a wee bit of time to mess about with it, so we'll see. We'll persevere with this just now. Right, well, what I'll do is I'll just pause here yet again, and again, well, that's sitting at step 5 again, isn't it? So, but this isn't going to be a new part. I will be carrying this on. So that's what action step we're on, and we're looking at this unit, and that's a possible. It's just, you know, yeah, I might have had enough time to get through it, but I'd rather not be rushing. So, yeah, no pun intended. Right, okay. Yeah, I'll upload this bit as well, and then it clears up the space for the camera. I don't need to worry about that later. Okay, I will be back later this afternoon though. Okay, cheers guys. Hi all. Right, back to finish off part 77. Right, been quite a few hours went by since I was here, so where are we at? Right, we're on step 5 again. That's what the wee dice is. Okay, and the camp group is on that guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 active units. Yeah. Okay, and we were looking at Unit 10, trying to remove dangerous around from this guy who is in Soviet support. Yes, and that was one hex that was an option. I wasn't sure if there was possibly other hexes because, yeah, I mean, in actual fact, this guy can go 1, 2 into the broken hex and 3 into here, can't he? Which, should break this around as well, shouldn't it? Okay, let's see what are the preferences for breaking this around. I think it's position hex, isn't it? That's ringing bells. Move to hex and removes dangerous around from German unit and hex and Soviet support, or enable supply trays from German occupied hex. Prefer A, lowest numbered position hex. Well, I don't think there is any. I mean, admittedly, there's 2 through here, and they could possibly, well, 2, 4, 6. They could actually reach that, but that is not removing surround from this unit. Neither would that one be if we could reach that as well. So, what's the next? Is hex adjacent to Soviet unit? Well, both of the hexes would be adjacent to Soviet unit. And then C is easternmost, so that would be this one. Okay. Yeah, I think that's right. I think both these hexes that this guy could move to, and this is the easternmost of the two. So I think he's going to move in there. Whereas before we then had a dangerous round on that 57 core unit. Remember, he's just inside the Soviet support line. This stack was also just inside the line, but this isn't a dangerous round. This stack's always got an out hex into where the camp group marker is there. We can't get a zone of control in there, and mainly because that, you know, if that garrison wasn't there, it might have been possible, although it's kind of heavy going. What is it, 3 into there, and then 4 or 5 into there. But there you go, and then 6 into there. So we could get around there and exert our zone of control in there. Which I think might end up. Well, we can probably push something else up here, which would surround that. But remember, as soon as I move into there, I've got to stop because of that garrison. So I believe that's the only one in Soviet support that's in dangerous surround. Now, there is a few units further afield that are in dangerous surround, but they're outside Soviet support. I did have a glance down here, think about this guy, but again, I think the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the garrison's stopping any kind of anything getting further round, and we've nothing really down here that can get round the back of this. Just these infantry units. This guy way down here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't get up to there, but it's maybe a bit too far away from these units anyway. So I think that guy goes in there. So when he goes in there, we can now not surround that 57 Corps unit, the green one in here. Hang on, Grant. Hang on. I don't feel like I've got that right, have I? Something feeling off about that still. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because I'm breaking zone of control. Yeah, I'm maybe forgetting my movement costs again with breaking zone of control. I noticed a couple of the videos I watched, I was doing that from time to time, and then getting it right when it came to doing it. But it's easy to, I don't know. You would think it wasn't easy to forget. If you're adjacent to an enemy unit, then you need to add 1 movement point on all the time. Can we not get something into here then, Grant? Because if we can get something into there, that does still surround this guy, I think. Well, we need something up in here as well, but it's easy enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get something in there. We can get something in here. So this is his out hex here. Right, and at the first look in there I thought, surely I can get something into here, but I can't, because breaking zone of control is going to be 4 movement, or there's an infantry unit underneath, or 3 movement for the infantry, and then for the infantry it's 2 more to get back in there, and for the mechanised unit it's 3 more to get back in there, so it'll be 7 movement for the mechanised and 5 movement for the infantry, which is too much. And yes, you could make it across into here, but that doesn't get a zone of control on this hex. So yes, it is a safe place. Okay, right, well, I'm not so sure we need to go through any more. Unit 7 would be next to look at, which is up there, and then we've got another 7 in here, and then these, yeah, there's nothing else to get out of dangerous round that I can see there. Bearing in mind this is probably one of my poorest parts of getting right within the game. No, I'm pretty confident. Yeah, okay, I'm going to call that. That's it. Right, movement method set. Movement method. I'm away on that one again. Action step set. Move proximate to anti-Soviet VP hex if not already proximate. Now, I think this is going to be possible actually. Because have a look at the big picture there. There's 2 here. Remember, like I've said, we now do have a gap in here that these units can move through. Right, hold on, just before we move on, Grant. Have I broke any restrictions? Well, I guess what I'm thinking about is dangerous around myself, but like we've said, I can't get nothing into here, can I? Ooh, he's got 7 movement. 1. Right, he's crossing Minor River. 1, 2 to cross the Minor River. Another 3 to get in there. That's 5. Yeah, it's still 8. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't work. So, I don't think he's in dangerous round, is he? And he's not causing dangerous round to any other German unit that's in Soviet support. Yeah, like I say, I mean, his out hex is the same hex that this guy's out hex is, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let it go, Grant. You've got to let it go at some point. Now is the time. Right. So move proximate to empty Soviet. This is an ascending order, so it'd be Unit 1. So strangely enough, the unit here that that we've spent the last part of whatever. Well, I've been recording almost 10 minutes now, trying to get him out of dangerous round. Now he's going to bugger off. Excuse me. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, you can see that he's going to be able to get proximate to both these hexes. The thing could be, is he going to break any restrictions though? I get the feeling a restriction he could break is now, because his units came in here, that I think we could find 1, 2, yeah, you know, I'm talking about this guy being away, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this unit surrounded. The guy that's came in to get him out of dangerous round. So yeah, that tells me, if not in dangerous round, don't end move in dangerous. No, sorry. Don't cause any German unit in hex and Soviet support to be put in dangerous round unless that unit is active and not yet acted. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the problem. This unit is now has acted. And this is different to what the carry on that we had before, because he has acted. That's all he's doing. So his action is considered complete. Okay, so that means Unit 1's not going to do this then. Yeah? I think so. Okay, well, who would be next in line? Well, Unit 2's back here. I'm pretty sure, well, it's maybe more a job that Unit 4 might be going to do, I think. Unit 2, he's not opening up a gap though. Can he get through though? Because it's a bit trickier for him. He's got a bit more movement to, so that's a broken hex, isn't it? So I'll just put that on there just now. That's where that is. So, and he's breaking zone of control. So it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's struggling, isn't he can only reach here. Yeah, so he cannot get proximate actually. No. Right, let's look at a serious contender then. Unit 4 here, who would be next. And remember, he's leaving a unit in this hex as well, which generally means he's unlikely to be breaking any of the restrictions. So his first hex is going to have to be into here, which is broken. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he can get, I took my eye off that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's as far along as he can get. And he's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 proximate to that, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, just off camera. Zoom out a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 proximate to that there. So, and yeah, him making that move should not be, well, yeah, it could put himself in dangerous around Grant, that's the thing. But here's the thing, see if 1, 2, 3, 4, see if he chose to go there, he's then outside Soviet support. And he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh, he's not. He's not proximate anymore, is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's not going to be proximate if he stays outside the line there. Because I'm pretty sure he's going to be surroundable there, isn't he? Yeah, I mean 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. He's in dangerous around there. And then, yeah, if not in dangerous around, which he is not, don't end move in dangerous around, let's move into VP Hex, or Hex outside Soviet support. That one is not, or causes surround the Soviet unit, or is allowed by the action. Well, it's not allowed by the action. Nah, okay, I don't think there's a way of him doing that then, is there? Yeah, I thought there was another possibility of him coming down into this hex, but it's still in dangerous round. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this guy comes in here, so... Yeah, I don't think this can be done then, without breaking restriction. Okay. I don't think anybody's going to be able to do it then. So, I mean, obviously, Unit 6 is underneath, you'd be next. Have I missed somebody? No. So, Unit 6 would be next. He's just the same, just in the same hex. Unit 7 would be next. The second SS1 first, but nah, he's not going to be able to. Yeah, he's got too much going on here, isn't he? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's not Grant. So the only last possibility would be Unit 7 here, but I'm guessing he'll be in a similar boat. And he's 1, 2 into here, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's exactly the same hex, isn't he? Yeah. And again, like I say, stopping at this hex, he can't reach. Yeah, I mean, he couldn't reach this hex, could he? 1, 2, yeah, because these are all broken, aren't they? No, I'm not seeing it, guys. Yeah, I was sure somebody would be making that move there, but doesn't look like it. Okay, let's move on then. So, action step 7, move to hex at quasi surround of Soviet unit, and descending order. So it's the 7s first. That's a 7. Let's get this over here again. So it'll be him first. Yeah, he can't surround anybody, and remember he's holding surround on that stack of 3rd tank units as well. So the next 7 would be in here. Excuse me. I don't see him being able to get out and do something either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can't get surround on that guy. And he can't come through here. He's not going to get away down to here. So, yeah, I'm not seeing him getting there either. So next would be Unit 6 underneath here. Well, no, I should bring him to the top. As long as I remember, put him back down again. I like them sitting in that order, and then you know what's what. Right, is there no way he could get... really it's this hex we want to try and get into, but I don't think Oh, hang on, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hold on. Yes, yes. That is doable. 1, 2, 3, 4. All on the road. 5, 6. And he's surrounded. Yes, indeed. So that unit 7 couldn't have done that, could he? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's too short. Well, actually, he's breaking zone of control as well. So I think this guy does it though, because he's leaving this unit in the hex. Well, hold on though. Is he going to put himself in dangerous round? That's the one again. Well, he is, isn't he? Hang on though. That he's surrounding. So does that not? That overrules that restriction, doesn't that? Let me move him down first, and we'll have a look. So 1 into the clear hex, 2, and then down the road 3, 4, 5, 6. Surrounds the stack. Now that's where he was. He's not leaving any problems behind. Now he is putting himself in dangerous round, but if not in dangerous round, don't end move in dangerous round unless move ends in VP hex. Nope. Or hex outside Soviet support. Nope. Or causes surround of Soviet unit. Yes. Or live by action. So yeah, cause he's surrounding a Soviet unit, he doesn't mind ending in dangerous round himself. And he's not leaving this unit in dangerous round when he goes or anything like that. Good. Okay, and then unit 4, which is the hex that he's in as well. Yeah, we're not getting anything else surrounded now. Oh, wait a minute. Because with that guy going there, is it crazy to think, can we get away around there? I'll tell you what, Unit 1's going to be able to do it. Is he not? Well, we can... Right, hang on. That was Unit 6. We tried Unit 7 already. So Unit 4 is in here. So that's 1, 2 into broken. 3, 4, 5, 6 into here. They're going nuts here. So once it is broken, isn't it? Yeah, that's broken. So 1, 2. There's where it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crossing the minor river onto the road, and clear hex onto the road, and then 6 down the surrounding Kharkov. So now this is leaving this hex empty. So, but I don't think there's any restriction broken there. Now he may well be in dangerous round himself. You know what? He might not be. 1, 2, 3, 4. He may actually not be, but it's irrelevant because he's causing surround on that anyway. I don't think he is in dangerous round. Well, I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. This is breaking zone of control. Oh, wait then, Grant. Wait. Where was the one that was proximate? It was that hex there, wasn't it? What was it from unit? One of the guys in here, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's where it ended. It's just I said that hex was in dangerous surround. Oh, well, it clearly is, because 1, 2, 3, and then this guy could have went 1, 2, 3, yeah. But where was the other one that was further down that I moved to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was it there? Maybe? Yeah, because that is still proximate. So would that have been? Probably would have been still. 1, 2. Because I've done my usual bad counting again. When I've checked this and went 1, 2, 3, 4, but he's breaking zone of control, so it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe that hex. Okay, let's put this guy back for the moment, just to make sure we've not made this mistake. Now, Yeah, I need to put this guy back as well, don't I? Damn it. Yeah, but we did check units 7 and they could not surround in. So when we check for surrounding Soviet units, it's going to be from selector number 6 downwards. But let's just jump back to actually step 6. Why did I take that cube out of there? And find that hex again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because it's then 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's proximate to that VP hex. Now, is he surroundable there? It's quite possible he's still at, you know what, this guy's got 7 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and then the infantry underneath just goes in there. Right, okay. It just because I noticed I was making the mistake with counting there. So, right, let's go back to this then, and let's say we're on step 7. And this guy goes 1, clear hex, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, surrounds that, puts himself in dangerous surround. He doesn't care because he's surrounding that. And then next unit 4, goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, crossing the minor river, and 6 into there, surrounding that. I don't actually think he's in dangerous surround, but if he is, doesn't care because he's causing surround of a Soviet unit. And that basically locks both these stacks in as well. So if anything was, able to get surrounded, it can, because these are surrounded themselves. Yeah, it's starting to get messy, isn't it? Well, as if it's not been messy this whole turn. Yes. Oh, and I got a couple of comments back regarding my sort of long shot at trying to avoid another German impulse with the von Manstein card. And why was that again? It's because I can't even remember why it was now. I was trying to get out of it, wasn't I? Right, sorry, been on pause there for a bit. I was away checking who to give credit to for replying to my question about when the deck runs out and you have to conduct another German impulse, because the deck says, you repeat impulses. Yeah, once we've run out of cards, the Germans have a last impulse, and was wondering if this would still trigger an extra last impulse, if you like. And I knew I was clutching at straws. I knew it was, as it was written, yes, you're going to carry out another German impulse grant. So thanks to Richard Larkin and John Brown commented that, yes, they believe we should be carrying out another German impulse. Richard goes into it a bit. You're better just reading the post on thoughts and on why and whatever. And John has some comments as well. I remember also John saying, because I talked about, it's written in the book and it says end of day, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm guessing that's just been come over from any match in Ardennes, which the turns were based on days rather than turns. But it's obviously a wee bit of rat there, maybe, that could be added to some kind of, if the rulebook ever got rewritten again. Okay. Yeah, and while I was looking for that, I had a couple of comments from Martin. Yeah. He was also, well, first of all, he's talking about, let's see, major offensive card. Where is it? Or of a secretly burnt them both. Yeah, major offensive, and he was talking about, because I'd kind of thought it was he found it quite clear that you were going to activate the active units first in ascending order, and then the joint attack units come in after that. And he was basing it on the fact that the situation was only involving active units. And and I get what he's saying, and I'm pretty sure he's right, that you would do it, after looking at it, thinking about it, because it could leave active unit if you put everything in the mix and use the joint attack units as well, and then went ascending order from that. It could be that certain units, and this is what Martin was mainly saying, that certain active units might not be able to participate because the joint attack units have got in first. And that kind of does feel like, yeah, that's wrong. But I guess I was just putting back to him that I still feel that the way it's worded in the action, it could be interpreted either way. I know it talks all active units proximate to qualifying target, move adjacent to target and attack, and then it's got the preferences, and then it's just the last sentence of the actual action that involves, it's a sort of like you do that then after. And I guess that's what I thought initially, but I'm not so sure it's as clear there as that. Still don't think we didn't really have an official response from John regarding that question, did we? No, we didn't. I don't think we did. Anyway, I'm going to play it like that from now. It's just a guess. I don't see it as clear as maybe what Martin is seeing it, but then, I maybe think in different ways. And he also brings up this next part, which I'm not so sure I do agree with him on this one. Now it's just in this area, and we're just moving the units, so you know what? I'll tell you what it was. It was when we advance after combat, and in fact, it was my tip of the day. Martin's basically saying that tip of the day is not correct, because his view on things is that you should consider all units that were involved in the combat that have not yet advanced as well. Now, I get where he's coming from here, and his explanation's good, because his explanation is also regarding, the higher selector number. You don't know if they're going to advance or not, because sometimes you're rolling a dice. I get that. That does make a lot of sense. However, the way it's written in the rules, the bit that I posted back to him, 13.73, German advance after combat, page 35, the sort of second last sentence is, consult the following table, cross-referencing the route of advance with the number of German units that have already advanced into the hex, if any. So that statement alone tells me that the numbers that these are looking for are units that have already advanced. I have said to him that the table itself could back up his argument slightly, because it does say number of advancing German units already in hex. So who's to say that a unit here that has been involved in the battle and is still to be considered to advance, that could be considered an advancing German unit, because we don't know if it's going to advance or not. So that could back up his statement there. I think, the fact that says already advanced, then there's questions to be asked for that. If he's right with that, then something needs to be changed within that, I think. Already advanced is quite clear to me that they haven't moved yet. They haven't advanced yet. They've either already advanced or they've not. So kind of waiting to see how that one's going to pan out. Actually, and I've just posted the question about it. I thought might as well pop it out there, and it's John is floating about quite a bit, and just to get the. Just to be sure, I don't mind doing it either way. If that's the case and my tip of the day is rubbish, then so be it. I'll accept that and I'll move on. But I don't know, for the moment, Martin, I'm still going to, I don't often tread on that ground where I disagree with him. But we're going to go there for the moment. I might regret it, but anyway, plus the fact, I'm pretty sure it was this unit that was involved, so we're just doing all this at the moment, and I think I'll leave it. So if I do happen to get this wrong, and that unit should have advanced into that other hex, I want to say it was maybe this hex when that guy moved in, was it not? Yeah, I think he ended up in the same hex. Look, I'm just going to leave it for now. It's probably not a huge big deal. I think it's a big deal to find out the correct way of doing it. To me, it is. I want to do it correct. I get what Martin's saying about that, but I'm going to stick by my guns with that one at the moment. So we'll see how that one turns out, like I say. Okay, right, now that's thrown me. Where am I now? I think I had just moved this guy to surround here, and I was pretty chuffed with the well, I'm not really chuffed about it, but I mean, I'm happy with the movement that's been made, shall we say. Right, put things all out of order here because I was looking up things. So is this still action step 7? Move to hex that causes surround the Soviet unit. So that was unit 4. We've done unit 6. Unit 7s weren't able to do it. 10's already done some. We've done 6 and he's surrounded here. We've now done 4 and he's surrounded here. Unit 2's back there, but I don't think there's much left to get surrounded, is there? No. No, I'm kind of sure we're done with surrounding units, actually. I think they've done a fine enough job with it. We cannot get up in the back in here. Well, you know, and we're looking at unit 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, there's no way we're getting up round the back into that woods hex at the back. Which is where these guys are, aren't they? They are in that hex, aren't they? Looked like they were in that hex. Just they were kind of down there a little bit. Could they be there? Don't think so. I think they're in there. I hate that though, so I'm going to just double check. Right, okay, yeah, just a double look. That's where they were, right enough. Okay, where was I? Yeah, I was looking at possible surrounds. Yeah, we can't. There's nobody else left to surround. We've done it all. Yeah, that's fine. Let's move on. So step 8. Are we getting to the end of the Field Marshal's card? If not adjacent to Soviet unit, move closer to nearest Soviet unit. This is an ascending order. So we have unit 1. This is adjacent. These have all moved and they're adjacent. So yeah, it's just unit 1 left. I'm going to take that camp group away now. I don't think we need it. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I dare say he could move, because he could move here, and you know what, if he's in dangerous round, he's outside Soviet support, so that's possible. So if not adjacent to Soviet unit, move closer to nearest Soviet unit. Prefer A, adjacent to Soviet unit. Yeah, so and then 10.54, right? So, well, he's 2 away from this and he's 2 away from that. So there's these 2 options. We get 10.54 out again, and we should know it off by heart, but we don't. We always like to look at hex that would cause the Soviet unit to become surrounded. Well, this one's already surrounded, and this one's already surrounded, so let's forget that. And then a hex not occupied by or adjacent to a German unit, adjacent to the same Soviet unit. Now, where are his options here? Okay, I think that's all his well, they're the possible empty hexes. I mean, yes, he can also go in here, but you know, we're better picking empty hexes because this is already occupied by a German unit adjacent to the same Soviet unit. This is adjacent to a German unit adjacent to the same Soviet unit, and this is adjacent to a German unit adjacent to the same Soviet unit. So none of them are breaking through there. And again, I could move in here, but it would be occupied by. This one's adjacent to German unit, adjacent to the same Soviet unit, and so is this. So all them apply, but however, if I was picking the ones that were occupied by, the next preference is an empty hex, so that takes him out of the equation. So that's why I've only marked the empty hexes. So there's 4 empty hexes that are possible, so we need to break it down even further. A hex occupied solely by German units, well, they're empty hexes, so the last preference is most movement points to reach. So it would only be one for me to go into there. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 to reach this one. So I'm going to leave the cubes though, because just in case there's any preferences. This one would be actually 6 movement. Hang on, I think you can do it cheaper. 3, 4, 5 along the road. So that's 5. And this one's only 1. Ooh, I say it's only, hang on. It's 1. Then crossing the minor river into a woods hex is another 4, isn't it? So that's 1, 5, yeah, that's 5 to reach, and that's 3, 4, 5 to reach as well. So both of them are 5 to reach. Okay, and that was 4, wasn't it? So it's these two here we're looking at, but I'm just not going to move them just in case they're breaking any restrictions. So it would come to tiebreakers on they two. Oh, wait a minute, Grant, wait a minute. I forgot about... Oh, hang on, is that a restriction? It's not, it's only when you're advancing that becomes a restriction, isn't it? I'm talking about like ending in a hex that might not be supply traceable to. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just looking at that guy thinking, can he still trace supply? But that's not really a restriction there, is it? It's only when they're advanced enough to combat that becomes. Unit in hex in German supply won't advance into hex not in German supply, but I don't believe it's a basic movement restriction that. Not in dangerous, it's just dangerous around, you know. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Right. Yeah, well, of course I was thinking of that because the tiebreakers are a hex that enables another German unit to trace supply. So, yeah, and for instance, if this guy had moved into a hex that was unable to trace supply, and then this guy could move here and maybe give him that trace, then obviously that would be a tiebreaker over lowest hex number. But it's not doing that. So lowest hex number would be this one, wouldn't it? Yeah, because this is higher up. So it would be there. So I'm just going to chuck a dark blue cube there and just check if by him moving there, are we breaking any restrictions? Well, let's just see. Let's put that there and then put that there. And have a look. Because yeah, he could well be in dangerous round, but didn't mind coming down here because he was surrounding. However, that's not the case for this guy. He's just moving adjacent to a Soviet unit. So is he surroundable now? 1, 2, 3, 4. He is. Yeah, he is. So that's not going to work then, is it? That's going to break the restriction, isn't it? Yeah, that would be breaking restriction, so he can't do that. So next, the gain one would be, this would be the most movement points. So he's more than likely going to be able to do that one, actually. Oops. Making a mess, Grant. So he's came from there. Maybe I should do that since we're leaving the other hexes up. So again, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movement points into there. Moving adjacent to this. So has he broken any restrictions there? Well, he's not in dangerous around himself. I suppose the only other thing could be, has he left any issues for this guy? 1, 2, 3. I mean, yeah, we can get Soviet units in here, but he's going to have an out hex here, isn't he? We cannot get a Soviet unit into there, or round the back, or anything like that, for instance. So no, I don't believe so. I think he's good. And that was preferential over the 2 hexes further up. Yeah. So closing in on Kharkov now. Yeah. Okay, that's everything. These 3 units haven't acted, but they're all adjacent to a Soviet unit. Remove disperse marker from the unit. The only dispersed units we've got are up there, but they were not part of the Kampf group for von Manstein cards. So we finally completed the second activation of this, haven't we? Yeah. Okay, so now what I've got to do is discard this card, and after completing this activation, which was activated twice because of the major offensive card, conduct another German impulse. So here's a horrible thought. There's no cards in the command deck right now, so I'm putting this in the discard pile. If I were to shuffle this and draw von Manstein again, the table would tip over. Yeah. Let's not have that happen. Where did I read that again about the cards shuffling up? It was in repeat impulses. If the German command deck runs out at any point in the game turn, immediately reshuffle and start. Wait a minute then. Wait a minute. See while I've got, and this could avoid me drawing this again. Now, I'm not deliberately trying to, although I'd rather not draw that again. But it does say, if the German command deck runs out at any point in the game turn, immediately reshuffle and start the German deck over. So I should have done that. That's a bit fiddly the way they say it. It does say immediately. When did we use this? Is the last card in the discard pile. We used that for combat engineers. So that would have been the last card drawn, right? And was that used? I don't think it. Well, hang on. What was the major offensive? Yeah, the major offensive was engineers. I mean, I want to do it right, okay? So what I'm saying is, when I draw that's the last card, do I shuffle? I've got these 2 cards in play, right? And we've got some action cards in play. They're separate deck, that's fine. But these are 2 cards from the command deck. Now this, I've got to keep this in play. I can't shuffle this in yet. So, I don't think this applied though, combat engineers. So do I immediately discard that and then shuffle the whole deck? Or should I be, since I've drawn the deck and it's empty, at the moment, before I've even discarded this, should I shuffle the deck? And then discard that card, and then at the end of this impulse, discard this card. I don't think I'm getting this card back in the deck. I'm not quite sure about that one. Is it a biggie? Probably not. I mean, I think noticing the fact that this is going to go in the discard pile rather than get shuffled in, I think that's right. Because it does say, if the German command deck runs out at any point in the game turn, immediately reshuffle and start the German deck. So as soon as I've drawn this, right? As soon as I've drawn this from the command deck. The command deck is now empty, so I mean, maybe even before I'm looking at this, I should shuffle this deck and then discard this card if it's not required, or use it if it is required. I think I'm going to go with that, but there could be an argument to say that this should be discarded and then shuffled down. But I'm going to go with that. So this is going to be in the discard pile, and then I'm going to have shuffled this. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to have shuffled the deck up, and then now that we're at the end of this is going to go in the discard pile. So, I mean, I'm not deliberately trying to avoid getting that card again, but that's the way. That's how it's written. If the German command deck runs out at any point in the game turn, immediately reshuffle. So the command deck runs out as soon as I draw that combat tactic. Whether it's used or not, my thinking is that should not go back in and get shuffled in, and it should go. The deck should be reshuffled, and then that combat tactic should be discarded if it's not used, or it could have sat there and been used, and then it would have been discarded, and then at the end, obviously the end of the impulse, the von Manstein card gets discarded. Now I know we're conducting a new impulse here as well, so okay, so I think that's right. So I've got the von Manstein card. I've shuffled up the deck there, and that core Kampfgruppe 40 core card. I'm 100% sure. 100%, Grant. That's a lot. I'm 99% sure the von Manstein card should be there. The core Kampfgruppe card, not quite as certain on that, but I'm going to go with that how it is. Okay, right, well, I'm going to straighten up these units, and this is at 50 minutes. We've already got a 25 minute part sitting waiting for this to join onto, so I'm going to do that, join it on, upload this as a part, and yes, no, we're not still finished the turn. So I now have to draw another German impulse. Okay, I'll be back soon, guys. Cheers.